everyone. This is Yadesh Yadav standing in front of you to deliver a topic, uh, a difference between well-formed and well-educated mind. So let you through what is mind. So mind is basically a thinking part and a conscious being of a human being. But that is not the true part of it. Mind also works as the key to attain or achieve anything. Just like if two persons are arguing about something, so they will be having different considerations or different preconditioning related to it. Just for instance, there are two people. One is highly educated and one is highly experienced. So, whom do you think the one will be giving the right answer in the direction of the solution? In my view, the experienced one will be the one. Why? Because it will be based on the prior experiences that he had gained or she had gained in the near past. Now, let me through a demographic dividend of India in back 1940s. It was something like 8 to 9% of the women education that was women population that was being educated in that time, and something around 30 to 33% that was about the women's to be educated. Now, moving on further to 1960s, the education rate further put on to something 11 percentage of women and 33 to 36% of the men. Now that is devastatingly not that much increased, but why is it so? Because the prior exploitation of the British that has been taking place throughout the 200 years from now on to 1960s in our country was not that was having a devastating effect on us and our mindset. At that time in 1940s, between 1940s and 60s, there were something 600 colleges, nothing more. And now in today's scenario, if we consider it, it is something like 11,000 colleges in all over India. And there are several ITs as well, 32 ITs and 28 NITs as well, and many more government aided and funded colleges. So our education rate is being proceeding towards greater self. Now let me through the what is the current percentage of women education and men's education in India in today's. If you look through the prior census 2011 says that 72% of the women and 83% of the men are being educated today till from 1960s to 2011. Now, is it really devastating that women's education rate is merely up to 600%, and the men's rate has been up to something like 200% is increased? So this is why I do prefer to person to be highly well founded in comparison to well educated. Why is it so? If you are having a prior experiences related to something, you will be having a greater advantage of putting yourself into the solution. Now, if we let me give you an example. If I have to buy an apple, so if you are highly educated, so you will be going for the right one. You will be looking for the means sound and smell of it. Okay, but come on to the prior one that is well found. You'll be looking to the smell only, because smell is the key that can differ between the good and bad. Now, if you have still not understand, there is one more example as well. Uh, Let me hand you a solution. Okay, so there is a PhD holder that is having a degree of PhD in mathematics, and there is a merchant that is having nothing. He's doing 10th pass and all that. He's running a kirana shop. Okay, so if they have to do a calculation, so whom you think the person will be having means faster calculation? Of course, the Kirana, because he had done a calculation millions and million times rather than the PhD. Rather than playing with literals, he is playing with the numerals. That is the difference between the what you say, well educated and well informed mind. That's it all. Thank you.